I'm here once again for my weekly Tuesday night live of reciting poetry. Again, I only recite stuff that I already have here, so that way, hey, Steven's going great. For anyone that might be new joining, I only recite stuff that I've posted here because I'm trying to give a curated and very well edited piece out, so that way I'm giving the best I can. So I got a couple poems here, and I got one from one of my favorite authors on Substack right now, Stephen Jones. He writes the way that I want to read because he does very interesting stuff. And so a lot of what's going to be presented follows the theme of loosely finding yourself, but also kind of sort of just in the realm of slight fantastical to fantastical. So I'm gonna go ahead and get it started. This piece is titled "Go as Far as You Can See Twice." So not too much about this piece. It's just really just a travel piece. All right, so go as far as you can see twice, and there you will be at a turn where you'll see a roadway covered in brambles, draped by Spanish moss. Take it. Don't be afraid. It will lead you exactly where you want it to go. Yeah, so again, that was just about finding your own path, your own journey, and traveling, which, for the most part, that piece is written from just my struggle from trying to find my way of learning how to be a man in this world. And the second one is pretty much the brother piece to it. It's from a different time in my life, and it's called I Can't Help It. It is more about how I didn't learn a lot of things. So the second piece, I Can't Help It. I never learned how. No one was there to teach. I had no support. That's why I always take the train. The comfort I feel, surrounded by strangers, knowing that the only way I can survive in this big city is to have someone else accept the responsibility of ferrying me to and fro, because I just can't figure it out. Yeah, a lot of this piece is inspired directly from what me and my sister went through growing up. I can't get into too much detail, but I didn't have a good role model to help me grow and become more than what I am. And is always, when I was younger, it was always a bigger struggle. So yeah, that's that piece. And I feel like I'm going too fast through these, but they're also really short. So, all right, this one I wrote, not in a dark place, but I just got finished playing Dragon's Dogma. And usually, in that game, essentially, you're tied to a dragon, and its heart's tied to yours. And so that really got me into the mode of like Cain and Abel, essentially. You are my Cain is the title of this piece. I cannot stop being until you've been honest with your anger and prove me right that I am, was, and still will be better than you. I cannot cease until you grow so jealous, hot with anger, that you sin mortally and send me to our shared God, who favored our father once, but now adores me. My fate cannot be realized until you accept your cup. You are my Cain. Yeah, I really enjoyed. I remember first writing this. It was literally, hey, Krim. It was literally after playing Dragon's Dogma, and just I got the true ending to the first one, and to see that that dragon wanted you to kill him to prove your worth was amazing. And so, and my second piece is is inspired by one of my other favorite tropes in media. It comes from like the lonely brute that feels sorrow and melancholy, knowing that you're born to be unloved and cast aside. So think of like the Incredible Hulk, essentially. Even Jason Voorhees, he's a lonely brute. Leatherface technically is a lonely brute. And I like the trope of these characters because usually they exist to be some sort of antagonist and some sort of like object of hate. And yeah, so this is called Flee From Me. I am nothing, just a brute, barely human, lower than the beast of the fields, lower than the beast of the fields, succumbing to my base pleasures, never once ignoring a desire. Flee from me, for my nothingness is a contagion. It will spread and swallow you whole. Yet you are something, something to be cared for. My nothingness will swallow you whole. Your body spat out, sinew remove, tendons torn. Nothing you will be, lest you refuse my warning. Flee from me. And again, yeah, exactly. The Hulk. Cause you gotta think about it. Watching 2003 Ang Lee's, Incredible Hulk movie, you get this sense of an immense pit of loneliness. And that's kind of what I was going for. Like, I even read, I forget the name of the author, but it's called The Abysmal Brute by a Batu who's just too good, too great. And he stands atop a mountain where no one can really reach him. And I love that. I love it. It's a great trope that's not really explored. It's also, uh, unfortunately, a very masculine trope. It's not too many female characters I know that can embody that outside of maybe like Freya or Ellie from The Last of Us. And so, yeah, uh, again, it's one of my favorite tropes. Oh, Abby from The Last of Us Part 2 as well. She's a lonely brute. She's so focused on a goal to where like no one else matters to her. And that's why I hate what they did to her in the new TV series. Cause she's such a dope antagonist. But now we get to a special section, a piece written by Steven Johnson. It's from his world that he has set in Westnar. I've been reading a lot of his stuff, and he fills my favorite niche, which is fantasy mumbo jumbo. And I don't mean that as an insult because I love it when like someone goes off in long diatribes of like, lineages of kings or lineages of like a sword's name, stuff like that, or just overall describes a world that I'm not a part of. And this one in particular, I know is one of his most recent pieces, but it still stuck with me because I really love it, and it is a really beautiful piece. So yeah, he did a great job, and again, he scratched that special fantasy itch for me. And so here it is, "The Gods That I've Bet On," from by Steven Johnson III from his world of Westnar. It was in these dark days, in these last days, after the moons appeared and as the stars died out, that the Church of the Covenant was fractured once again, and the prophets who once served us have turned us over now to damnation. They turned to the eternal oppressor and abandoned the bond of our fathers. Now they are our mouthpieces for the forsaken we once kept at bay. The grand halls and parishes that once testified to our faith, now loom over our weary heads and cast long, doubtful shadows. The gods we've created and silent, and the priests of the enemy find easy their labors. The people disbelieve and return to heresy, while my son is dead, despite the rituals demanded. These gods once rewarded faith and preserved the lives we love, and ever was I faithful. So the twilight of creation doth come. The men return to folly, the elves watch in horror, and the dwarves dig their graves to endure the coming storm. Alas, this is the end of days, and so the sermons will go on as the candles burn out and in bitter futility I worship the sleeping gods, the deafened gods, the murdered gods, the gods that I've bet on. Now, this piece goes incredibly hard. It goes incredibly crazy hard because it feels like every good part of dark fantasy that I love, because like I love high fantasy, I love low fantasy and dark fantasy. This feels like low fantasy in the best way possible. So there's still iron, there's still forges, there's still fire, but the magic is dying in this world. And that's exactly what I got from this piece. And Steven Johnson did an amazing job at creating such a lived in world in such a short amount of time. He didn't take pages upon pages, and it's just goes crazy hard. And like, they turned to the eternal oppressors and abandoned the bonds of our fathers. Now they mouthpieces for his forsaken. We once kept at bay. Mind blowing. That's cinema right there. But yeah, it's a great piece, and I appreciate him allowing me to be able to read that to the public and share that. So yeah, that's it for the live for right now. And well, that's it for the live for this week. I'll be on next week. I got to do a better job of promoting it to get more people in here, and also to be able to read some other people's pieces as well. And yeah, but appreciate everyone that joined in. Appreciate Krim and Steven. You guys are constant supporters. All right, and everyone have a great night. Bye.